end of game stuff you've been working on and looking for from the team?
You know what? There's definitely things we have to continue to get better at, obviously, but I felt like we stayed committed. We ran every set that we ran in the last 4 minutes. We've been running for the last 3 days. I would say longer, but I don't want to fabricate too much. And I think they just felt comfortable making those decisions. And we did some different things defensively. DePaul did some different things. You know, we really want to play inside out. We only had 20 in the paint points and give them credit. But then down the stretch, I thought Brandon Taylor made a great pass to Shep that kind of opened it back up for us. So I was pleased with the execution on the offensive end. Still got to work a little bit on the defensive end. I thought I understand we're up 3 possessions, but you still can't just give easy ones up like that. Got to do a little bit better job on the defensive end.
For Brandon to wrap 3-pointers around halftime, how important was that for team momentum, for his momentum, given that he hadn't scored?
Yeah, I thought that was a great play. We ran a pretty good cut at the end there. Put a little pressure on the paint, kicked out, and it was an in-rhythm free for Brandon. And then to start the half that way, I think he really got going, got his confidence going, and then he really mixed it up too. He did take some threes, obviously, a little bit more than the first half, but he went back inside too, got himself to the free throw line. So he's very versatile when he plays like that, and we have to continue to move him around to make him, even that much tougher to guard.
How do you balance a kid like Reeves, where he's got great defensive instincts, but he's a freshman and needs to figure a few things out? What can you do to help him other than just let him go play and figure it out?
Yeah, you got to let him play, right? I mean, you got to let him go. He's so gifted and loves to play on the defensive end, and he's kind of a throwback for me. And wants to get better. And we'll watch film tomorrow, and he'll watch film, and he'll want to get better. So maybe some of the stuff that we want to clean up, it'll gradually start to show. So the most important thing for me is we got to get him there by January, by the time the Big Ten comes around.
In the past, Brandon's kind of been streaky. Maybe some things would throw him out of the game. What did you see out of him in terms of being able to sit in the first half and then obviously even missing some shots in the middle of the second half and coming back at the end and being strong?
Yeah, that's a senior, right? He was just named captain. I mean, very, very different approach, very different demeanor. Shoulders back, head up. Misses, turnover, power clap, move on, next play. Something we've been working on. 6 seconds of recovery, sprint back, forget about it, move on. And he's doing a real good job with that right now. I was really impressed with his second half and his communication throughout. And now it's easier when you're making shots, obviously, but I felt like he was doing it in the second half as well.
When you picture your defense turning into offense, is it like that opening 5 minutes or so that you had to start the game?
Yeah, man, if I could bottle up that 5 minutes of energy and intensity, and I mean, that's the goal. That's Penn State basketball for 40 minutes. And we'll definitely show our guys that. Look at the energy, look at the intensity. And the guys who come off the bench, you have to raise us. Keep it where it is, raise us up. And we'll continue to work on that. Again, the goal is to embrace this process, continue to get better, and prepare ourselves for the Big Ten.
Was that one of those moments that you've waited a long time to finally see sort of, I mean, obviously you've had good defensive sequences along the way, but really one of those things where it seems like the stuff that you want to see finally sorts of clicks in.
Yeah, it's always, as a coach, you're always looking for that perfection. And we were close. A ton of deflections, guys flying around, communicating, really starting to build some trust. Looks like there's some cohesion out there, especially in those first 4 or 5 minutes. So we'll build off that.
Dave was in here a few minutes earlier, and he said it seemed like you guys know who you are at this point in the year, which isn't always the case in November. Do you agree with that?
I'll take that as a compliment. I think a lot of the work that we've done in the off season really has shaped us with the power claps, with trying to get 3 stops in a row. The guys have a lot of walls and barriers down, and really good locker room. And I think that's what you're seeing. I don't know if our true identity has surfaced yet, but it's definitely headed in that direction.
Along those lines, I know you don't want to win every game by 30 if you can, but for them to keep coming back and you to keep not letting them get over that hump, could you speak to the importance of that, not just for this game, but as you build this team to what you want it to be?
Yeah, you know what? I think Jeff asked us a couple weeks ago about getting punched, or was it Nate? One of you guys did, right? And I felt like we took some punches, right? We might have got stung a little bit and wobbly, but we came right back and made a play and had a big basket, or moved the floor, got the ball side to side, got ourselves to the free throw line. I didn't really see panic. And again, I think that's because of the way this locker room is and the way these guys really like each other, and practice. Our practices have been a lot better of really executing any game situations.
Is it exciting to see in those moments different guys being the DJ Newbill making that shot when you need it? You think, BT obviously made some, Josh has some, Shep makes them. They have different guys be those people that step up.
I mean, I told you guys, right? We have 4 guys in double figures today. I mean, I think that's outstanding for us, and that's the way it's going to be. So now you have choices. I'm not going to say I didn't have choices last year. I'm not saying that, but you have choices this year, and you feel very comfortable and confident about it. And we went to Brandon Taylor a few times. He came through. We went to Brandon Taylor. He kicks out for Shep. He came through. We gave it to Josh one time off a dribble handoff. He hits a little floater. He came through. Stepped up and made his free throws at the end. That's great for a freshman's confidence.
How much of a factor was doing some different things on defense to keep them off balance, with just some switching from zone and man and some of the press?
Yeah, I was really proud of our guys because we stayed committed to the plan. And when they score a couple in a row, you almost want to change it up and switch and get out of the zone. And we stayed committed. They stayed committed, and we got the stops when we needed to. I thought Jordan owned that paint. I thought he did a phenomenal job in the paint of altering shots. And that's not in this box score, but we'll have that in our attitude club.
You've been talking a lot about how well this team shoots the ball from 3, and obviously it showed today, 47%. But not only just working on so much of that shooting, do you think a lot of it had to do with shot selection? Do you think the shot selection was a lot better today rather than against VMI?
So I would tell you a couple of things. DePaul pretty much makes you shoot threes. They're really big and strong, and they're always in the paint. They're, as I say, muddy in the waters, right? They don't want to let you in there. I thought we moved the ball very well and took, for the most part, very good open shots, in rhythm shots where we were down and ready to shoot. And I think that goes into our players' preparation and the understanding of what we're doing and what we're trying to do against their defense. So I thought they executed very well.
Coach Julian Moore played a team. He played 19 minutes tonight. Was that a matter of foul trouble with the other guys, or did you like what you were seeing?
No, a little bit of both. I thought Julian was terrific. He had 8 rebounds, 4 points. I think Julian's minutes are going to continue to go up.
Have you seen anything different from him over the offseason and going into this season?
Yeah, he's gotten stronger. He lost 20 pounds last year when he was sick. He put it all back on. He looks more confident. He's got a high motor. He wants to be good. He gets the extra work in. He gets the extra lifts in. I expect him to continue to get better throughout the season. And for Julian to have 8 rebounds, I think it's critical. It's huge for our success.
Going off that, 7 of those rebounds were in the first half when you guys were on a little bit of a scoring drought. How big was that for the team to kind of keep them away from getting?
Yeah, we're long, right? You got 6'5" at the 2, 6'6" at the 3, 6'8", 7 foot, and then you come back with 2, and you're 6'9", 6'11". So we're really long. So if you're going to try to make tough contested 2s on us, go ahead. They're tough 2s. And our guys did a nice job of building a wall around the basket and pursuing rebounds. For the most part, 11 offensive rebounds, I think. Is that right? 11? I mean, that's 2 times, right? Back to back. So I'd like to get that I'd like to get it to single digits.
Pat, were you aware of this victory takes you to 100 wins? What were your thoughts on that?
I was. But I tried not to think about it. You know what? Basically, I've coached a lot of guys, taught a lot of guys about how to develop into men. And when you do that and pass that along, good things happen. My staff has done a great job. But for me, it's about teaching and about giving these guys a more of a perspective heading into the real world. And I give them a lot of credit for for hitting this milestone. It wasn't easy to get here, but we finally made it.
One step and a long way to go, right?
That's exactly right. Thank you.